Hello Lymanshire! So the other day I was teaching a class on story arcs and my students didn't really get it, so I decided that I would improvise a story to help teach it. And it was too funny to keep to myself, so I thought I'd just share it with you. So here goes! Once there was an Italian plumber named Giuseppe, and Giuseppe was walking through the sewers one day and he found a turtle that had been flushed down the toilet, and he thought, this turtle is wonderful. Why would anyone flush this down the toilet? I will take him into my home and name him Charles. So Giuseppe and Charles were at their house having a grand old time, and Giuseppe went back to work and he found another turtle that had been flushed down the toilet, and he thought, well, now Charles has a friend. So he took this other turtle into his house and named it Joe. Now Charles and Joe and Giuseppe were a wonderful and happy family for a few days, and then Giuseppe went down to the sewer and he just kept finding more turtles, and he kept taking them into his house because he couldn't bear to let them live on their own in the sewer. And he realized that turtle flushing was becoming a major problem. So he kept taking these turtles into his house and he had more and more turtles. Meanwhile, of course, he fell in love with a woman named Jane, just because every story has to have some sort of love interest, right? And one day he got a notice from the government saying, you're not supposed to have this many turtles, that's unhealthy. And he said to himself, no, I have to save these turtles. These turtles deserve a good home, and my home is the best one. Or at least it's better than the sewer. So he goes on a date with Jane, and she's really curious about these turtles, and he thinks to himself, that's wonderful. I found somebody who has the same cares that I do. So they're having dinner at his place one night, and he hears this banging on the door, and he opens the door, and a whole squad of policemen run in, and they say, we have come to confiscate these turtles. You have too many turtles. And he looks at his woman friend. What name did I give her again? I don't remember. And he says, how could you let this happen to me? And she says something along the lines of, sorry, I was a double agent. And he feels really betrayed, and she's upset because she actually fell in love with him. So he takes out his gun and he kills all the police officers in his house. Probably not the best of decisions, but it makes for great cinematography. So all the policemen are lying there dead and the turtles are perfectly safe. Well, except for Joe and Charles. They probably have to die in order to have an emotional scene. So Giuseppe finds homes for all of his turtles and sends them away, and meanwhile he makes up with his love interest, who I can't remember the name of, and they get married and they all live happily ever after. And then of course at the very end of the story he's walking through the sewer and he finds an alligator that was flushed down the toilet just to leave room for a sequel. Which there won't be, of course, because no movie maker is gonna take up this story. One can always dream. So anyway, I just wanted to know from you guys who are subscribed to Hey There Mr. Johnson, is it weird when I upload videos on the same day? I'm probably gonna upload this one the day after my last Hey There Mr. Johnson video, just because I don't want to overload you guys with my face. But let me know what you think. Okay, I think that's everything. So with that, I will see you guys next time. That was Twitter.